Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Trishna Talks. Today, we have a very interesting person to talk to. While everybody was at home locked down, she was partying, but not literally with people. She was doing virtual parties. So, we have Roopali Gulabani Moras, who's an event planner and an entrepreneur. Hello, Roopali.
Hi, good evening, Trishna. Good
Good
evening,
evening.
all my lovely viewers.
So, I'm sure they're saying hi to you too. How have you been? How was the lockdown for you?
Oh, I never realized it was a lockdown.
That's a
As you said, I've always been partying, but virtually, and it's been a lot of fun.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking, that okay, one woman, everybody's locked down and one woman is having a ball. So tell us about your journey. How did you all start with as an event planner?
Okay, so my events started around 6 years ago.
Okay.
I've started my event planning 6 years ago. And
Okay.
earlier, I used to always throw parties for my friends and family members, and all of
Just
them
like
would
that.
look forward for my parties.
Hmm.
And God's grace, my parties would always go like it used to be the talk of the town, and there was a buzz around my parties. And that's when a dear school friend of mine, told me, rang me up one day and said, Rupali, listen, I'm introducing you to a friend of mine, and he wants to throw a 40th birthday party. So
Okay.
get your visiting cards ready, and let's just go to him. And I said, okay. So I
Superb.
said, okay, give me 2 hours. So got my visiting cards ready,
Hmm.
and we went to meet him. My very first idea, clicked. I still remember it was a red carpet theme, and the party was at Palladium. So the
Wow.
client was very, he really liked the idea, and we he said, okay, let's do it. So in 2 days, I organized the entire thing, and then after that, there was no looking back.
I know. I mean, I'm sure you've been a rock star. Your parties have always been rocking. So, I mean, what kind of different events do you organize?
Okay, so I mainly my USP is social events. So I organize birthdays, anniversaries, silver anniversaries, milestone birthdays like 40th birthday anniversaries, 50th birthday. I've done a couple of events for NSCI Club. I've
Oh,
done their Valentine nights. I've done Lori Baisakhi night,
wow.
and
That's a lot of parties.
yeah.
So you always there when you do your events, or you just like you wrap you're always hands on?
No, no, of course I'm there.
Yeah, all the live events you're hands on.
Very much. I mean, you have to be there because for some reason, if there might be a goof up, there never has been, but
Yeah,
you have to be there, hands on.
right. I remember one of your parties where you had what is that guy called? The magician. No, what is it called?
He's a
The
mentalist, he's a mind reader.
mentalist. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes. It was
yeah,
very fascinating. Very fascinating.
yeah.
It was an amazing, amazing party to be. So tell me, like, what happened during the lockdown? How did it like occur to you? Okay, let's do something virtually because you were so used to live, and then
Right.
suddenly parties had to be moved online. So then, when did you decide, and how did you decide to get around this change?
So I decided, I still remember there was the pandemic and there was chaos. People were like, confused. No one knew what was happening.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
but out there, I just remembered that, what will the mother of a 9-year-old, how will she explain to her daughter that I cannot have your party because there's a pandemic?
mm-hmm.
At the same time, I knew of my friends whose 50th birthdays were coming. I knew
Okay.
of my clients who had been talking to me about their golden jubilee anniversary, and they were all, looking forward
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
celebrations. And
Yeah.
that's when I said, no, something has to be done. Just 2 days or 3 days after the lockdown,
Hmm.
I I put up like a WhatsApp post to a few friends and family, and by the next day, I started getting calls from Calcutta, Singapore, Malaysia.
Wow.
Yeah, it.
Okay.
I was taken back myself.
Yeah, so right, like actually it was even better you did global events now
Yeah,
because you
actually,
went virtual.
they say that you know behind every cloud there's a silver lining. So
Yes.
in this pandemic also, there was a silver lining. The world became a smaller place. I could you know I couldn't even dream of reaching and celebrating with people in Malaysia, Singapore, Calcutta, but all
Really.
this was possible thanks to the virtual platform.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So what other kind of parties have you organized on virtually?
Virtually, so
Yeah.
virtually, my very first event was a 50th anniversary, Golden Jubilee anniversary of a couple.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so I still remember, a client called me and then I told her, like, don't worry, we'll take care of the entire thing.
Hmm.
And in fact, people from all over the country
Yeah.
could log in and wish the couple. And we did a lot of, mock drills before. We had a lot of we had practiced. I had my choreographers ready. They showed the family members a couple of steps. We practiced some dance steps, we practiced some skits, then we did a lot of, editing, and we put in animations, and we came up with an entire skit which we share screened.
Wow.
And
So they had
then there
a
was
like so they had a performance.
they had a performance, like an actual sangeet, a half an hour of sangeet, which was practiced by our choreographers day in and day out.
Wow. That's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, but it was fun, and
Yeah.
because it's a milestone celebration, and all the family members, they put in their best. So
Right.
uh, we had a lot of takes. We had a lot of mock drills also. Then we had scripted the entire thing.
Hmm.
We first showed the play, then
Okay.
little later there was someone who was singing a song. A little later there was someone who did like a shayari. Then after that there were some speeches. Then the grandchildren had danced something, put up a skit, which was a surprise. In fact, none of us knew about it.
Okay.
So that event itself went on for around 2 hours.
Wow, that's amazing. So everybody
Yeah,
was logged in, was just like enjoying it.
was enjoying it, and at no point did we feel that it was like, it's only we couldn't touch each other. That's it. But
Yeah.
the feeling of, togetherness and the interaction was to another level.
Like it felt like you're present for the person's special day, like literally there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, it must be overwhelming because it just feels so. For me, when I think about it, when you're saying this, it's just feeling so beautiful. I'm sure it must be really overwhelming for you to get the family together, everyone together,
It
and
was, Trishna. It was really, it was, to see a smile on the couple's face, and, how they could actually connect with everyone, all their family members from different parts of the world.
wow,
Yeah.
it is so beautiful. I'm sure. I mean, there has to be something that clicked in your head to get these parties going because I mean, I don't think anybody. I've not heard of too many people doing this.
Trishna, it's actually, as I said, that, I'm very passionate about my parties, and I couldn't
Hmm.
imagine that, someone whose golden anniversary is coming and they cannot celebrate it.
Right,
So,
right.
you know, that those were the things which, which told me, come on, I have to do it. I have to do it for my clients.
Right. And I think you're a person who likes the special people to make their day special. So that's what I'm connecting with you right now.
Yes, very
Yeah.
much.
But I'm sure online must be having some challenges. So what are the challenges that you faced?
Online, there are a couple of challenges, but we take Utmost care. So the main challenge is losing internet, which is sometimes not in our hands. But
Right.
what we do from our end, um, we keep I keep a dongle ready. I
Okay.
sometimes there are times in which network is gone and we use mobile hotspot. I even suggest to my client, the whose party it is, to have a dongle ready. We do
Okay.
a day
Backup.
prior. Yeah, a day prior we call up their cable guys and tell them that from this hour to this hour we need you know the internet
Good
to be going smoothly.
connection. Right, right, right. Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's again a lot of work, hard work, and
you won't
coordination.
believe it. In fact, we have to. I keep two anchors ready also. Like
Oh,
I'm anchoring along with me. I have a person who's back end. In
yeah.
case for some reason my network has an issue, she takes over.
Wow,
So
that's
so we have to run through. I have to run through the entire thing with my anchor, my second anchor.
yeah. Oh wow, that's amazing. That's amazing, Rupali. I mean, I'm sure you've seen through a lot when you are doing all these events. Like, you've taken care of a lot of things that shouldn't go wrong.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I remember once there was a very important party and my camera went off.
oh,
Um, yeah, so for some reason the camera went off, but again, I remembered I had a spare. I just 2 months ago I bought a spare camera,
okay,
which I just logged in and which was a separate device,
okay.
and then the cameras came. My camera came on.
So you
So
you know how.
I've taken care of an extra dongle, two internet lines, an extra camera. Yeah,
And an anchor.
and an anchor. Yes.
That's amazing. So, what is the future of digital celebration? What do you think is? How do you think you? How do you see this henceforth? Like,
I
once.
think digital celebration, people should, everyone should, realize that that's really the future is bright. I mean,
Hmm,
we've had people, the world, there are so many countries in the world which is going digital economy, then why not digital celebrations?
right,
It's,
right,
I guess it's
absolutely.
just in the mind, because, oh, we need to go. But not really. Yes, live events do have their special charm, but so does digital. In When we're having digital celebrations, we're saving on so many resources. We're saving on petrol, we're saving on travel cost, we're saving on so much.
Maybe even trousers.
Yes.
Just kidding. So, I mean, I couldn't help but say that. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it is like different. And what do you do with the food part? Like, obviously, they can't handle. I mean, you can't send food across, but
I can't send food across, but there are times in which, recently, not during earlier it was, there was a complete lockdown. Now that, things are opening up, what
yeah.
sometimes, we order out biryani and, um, maybe a dal or and one main course, and we have it delivered to all the people who are attending the party locally.
Really?
Yeah, we've done that. So everyone's having the same food, and because our party lasts for
And
over 2 to 3 hours,
they're celebrating virtually, literally eating the same food.
eating the same food. And what
Oh
happens
my.
is, why do we do that is because we want all our guests to not have stress that, oh, they have to go and cook, oh,
Have to manage something. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So the generally the party takes place at around 8 o'clock.
Hmm.
So everyone is stress free. Dinner reaches their house,
Hmm.
and but that's happened only recently, like just
That's,
maybe
that's
15 days ago.
But that's another amazing idea. I mean, I didn't think this was possible actually. So
No,
literally,
I in fact take utmost care. We have people who've got licenses and they're making good the healthy food, and
proper.
I have my own drivers who take care, who go and send the
Okay.
food. In fact, I don't use other sources also.
Okay. Wow. That's
So
that's
yeah,
another.
yeah.
That's a lot of work, actually. Yeah, I'm speechless, honestly. So, how do you bridge like an event differently? Supposing you said like a 9-year-old not celebrating her birthday, and you also do like uh, corporate.
I do corporate events. Yeah,
Yeah, so if there is a say a Women's Day special or some ladies corporate events or
right.
some corporate event, how do you kind of bridge that gap? How do you manage to do so many
So
different things?
Trishna, I'll tell you because what happens is a 9-year-old birthday party of even a girl a, and a boy is totally different. A 9-year-old girl would want to have maybe a fashion theme or some, a painting party in which, I
A
send in
spa?
their t-shirts. Um, Not really. More, I've done
Okay.
more, because having a spa is very difficult virtually. A spa party virtually is not
Right.
possible. So what I do is, I send in t-shirts earlier to all the girls with along with paints, and then and then we send paint t-shirts together. Whereas
Okay.
whereas a 9-year-old boy would like to have a cricket theme. So I have like online cricket games organized for them, and we have
Okay.
cricket quizzes, and then for the
That's a
younger children, we've got bubble shows, we've got a dove show, we've got magicians. So this takes
wow.
care of the children, the younger children. Then when we go to teenagers, the teenagers generally don't like all these games. So we play a lot of escape rooms, virtual parties, in
What are
which
those?
so what we do is we divide them into teams,
Yeah.
and they enter into different breakout rooms, and they play games like how a plane is getting hijacked and how we have to save the passengers,
Okay.
and or
That's
there's a
amazing.
or there's a bank robbery, and you have to catch the robbers. So all of
Okay.
this, they're very um
I hope the
complex.
bank robbers are wearing masks and everybody else is. So, yeah.
So
Wow.
that's what about those are, and those kind of games, even corporates really like those games. I've played these games, a few of these, games for the corporates, because it's a lot of team bonding amongst
Right.
employees.
Right.
And when it comes to parties for senior citizens, they love music. So we played the musical tambola, in which
Hmm.
I get them, I send them tickets via WhatsApp. Those tickets have song names instead of numbers. Then I have a live singer who comes on
Okay.
live
Okay.
on the day of the party, and then he sings. And then we have the normal top line, bottom line, middle line, jaldi five. So it's a normal housey, but musically. And we have prizes which we give out, like
That is
maybe an Amazon voucher or everything that the host arranges.
okay. That's amazing.
And
That's
when we
how
do
do you
for
come up with such innovative ideas?
Oh, as I said, it's my passion. In fact, when I used to do live events, what used to be my USP was treasure hunt. Um, and treasure hunt was where we used to where people have to meet, and you have to get into cars, like 4 5 people in one car, and they have to go all over Mumbai searching for all the clues.
I know the balloons.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome. I know that one. How amazing. I remember, yeah, these kind of parties are all over the place.
Yeah.
Yes. So, what
So
is
in
the
fact,
one?
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you tell me.
No, I was sorry. When I start about my parties, I don't stop. So
Yeah, okay.
I just spoke to you about my the party for the senior citizens when I did the musical tambola. Then
Yeah.
sometimes I've had antakshari competitions for school alumni.
Okay,
And
that's fun too.
yeah, so I mean, thanks to the pandemic, we've been able to have virtual alumni. So and where people from different parts of the world meet up, and they're meeting their school friends after 40 years, 30 years.
So, how do you
We
manage the time? Like, you come across as a suitable time
Yeah,
for everyone to come on?
yeah, we have to. see a suitable time. Oh, but there are times in which, it's 3 o'clock in Australia, but they're there. At 3 a.m. in the night also, they're there for their friends. They've
How
stayed up.
cute.
Yeah.
That is so cute, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I cannot think of that, but yeah, that must be amazing.
No, because it's a celebration and it's a special day, and we do special things to make them.
Right, right, right. How amazing. So, which one is the party that stands out for you, like that you remember?
The party which I still remember is this was one of my offline parties. There's a small story behind it. So,
Hmm.
actually, what had happened was it was Wednesday afternoon, at
Okay.
around 11 o'clock, 11 in the morning, actually. My client had called me and she said, Rupali, it's my sister's baby shower. So I want you to come over to the restaurant. We were having it in one of the restaurants in Linking Road, Bandra.
Hmm.
And please come here and, we'll take the measurements for the photo booth and, we'll discuss everything and the party's on Friday. So I said, okay, no worries. So at 11, I was sitting with her and 10 minutes later, she gets a call and her mom says, darling, where are you? So she's like, Mom, I'm at the venue deciding with Rupali, everything for Friday. And she's like, Friday? No, the party is today. So she told her
What?
mom, what? Yeah.
Okay.
So she told her mom, the party is today. Are you serious? So I overheard. And then I told her, okay, you know what? Don't worry. Don't stress. Just go home and come back at 1:30. So I had like less than 2 hours. Within those 2 hours, I immediately got, um, I organized everything. Like, I got my decorators to come and make the backdrop for the photo booth. He was at Mahim. So I told him, like, I'm in a fix. You have to do it. You have to do it. I And then he said, Madam, हम कैसा करेगा? I said, पता नहीं आपको करना है. And I gave him emotional, gyan, and I said, please, you have to do it. And he's like,
But this was before the
okay.
lockdown.
Yeah, this was much before the lockdown. This was around 2 years ago.
Okay.
So, so he said, okay. It's only because I know you so well, but I don't think it'll be possible. I said everything is possible. Don't think, don't argue, just come. And that's the same thing I had to do with my florist. And I said, I need some center tables. Please send it immediately. Then I called up a photographer from BT. Send me your Polaroid for this thing. Then I called up some the balloon vendors. I told them, one was from Pawai and one is in Hill Road. Now, what if they someone might get delayed, so that's why I called three balloon vendors and I had all three of them coming.
Oh my
Then
God.
I had to still call up my anchor. Then I said, okay, no, let me become the anchor. Then I called up a staff of mine and I told them to, like, get some chocolates as gifts. So within 1.5 hours I put up the entire party.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah,
That is something
that
really
was
incredible.
something. God
Yeah,
is
yeah.
kind.
They must be like thrilled when they came back to the venue.
They couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, if you saying so many things putting up together, and I'm sure they must be thrilled with what you did.
Yeah.
So also beside events, I think you've been a chocolatier, right?
Yes,
You've
very much.
also like so
Sentiments
how
chocolates.
yes, so how is the chocolate industry going, and how has it been for you this season?
The chocolate industry has taken, I mean, at least, you know, I think it has taken a setback for me at least.
Okay.
But hoping things will get better. It is a pandemic and all businesses have taken a setback.
Hmm. Your parties
But
haven't.
yeah, my parties haven't. So I have my parties to
Yeah,
look forward to.
right. So otherwise, I mean, yeah, I remember sentiments, chocolates. You were also your presence is very strong on that. So what kind of chocolates do you do there?
So almond rocks are my all-time favorite. And I'm
Oh,
all Sentiments Chocolates is known for its almond rocks. But besides
okay.
that, I have Florentines, I do English brittles. I've in fact introduced hazelnut dredges.
Wow. Okay. So you're a very creative person, all in all.
Yeah, I would say so. Thank you.
Yeah, because there's so much to you. I mean, doing it like chocolates and then events and then putting up so many things together. And there was something very interesting that you used to do. I don't know if you do it even now. There were chocolate bouquets.
Yes,
You
I
used to
do
do that.
chocolate bouquets
You
also,
do that even now.
and yes, I do.
So you do it with the combination of flowers and chocolates. How do you do
Chocolates,
that?
and I personalize them also. Like, supposing with someone's 40th birthday, so I have, like, 40th birthday quotes with chocolates, and then maybe 40 gifts. So I even I gift wrap it. So I use chocolates, I use other packaging materials, I sometimes use balloons, um sometimes I use lights
Oh, okay. To gift wrap the
to gift
40
wrap
gift.
the entire, yeah, to gift wrap the my chocolates. So I use
Okay, okay.
metal baskets, I use metal trays. um yeah.
Wow. And the bouquets have flowers as well.
Yes. So the bouquets have fresh flowers. The bouquets have some chocolates, maybe some dessert jars, maybe some balloons, maybe a gift in it.
Oh, that
Sometimes
must
I
be
even
very
put,
interesting as well.
yes.
Oh, wow. So that's a lot of work actually. How do you manage so many things under one hat? Like, how do you, I mean, how do you get the time to do so much?
Oh, I'm very passionate about my work. So I can work round the clock.
Yeah, but how many hours do these parties typically last?
The virtual parties,
Yeah.
I try to keep them to around an hour and a half, because
Okay.
that's, the
The bandwidth,
because no, what happens is, as you know that, all the people are, from logging in from different parts of the world. So it's late night for
right?
someone. We have to consider all of that. So we try to wind it up
Right.
in an hour and a half. But when we have this our skits and our sangeets and all of that in then we it goes on for even 3 hours.
Wow. Okay. So you have the stamina to do all of this. Like you stay
Yeah.
around for three
There
hours.
has, there has been a time in which it was Teachers' Day, and I was celebrating you know musical tambola for a very well reputed school of Mumbai. And they were celebrating for senior KG, junior KG. So we had like 8 parties back to back. And after that, I had 2 more parties. So I did around 10 parties in one day.
In one day. Oh my God, that must be something. So you had a
Yeah.
party marathon actually.
Yes, I had a party marathon.
You can have a new term for something called as a party marathon actually. No, because
I
I mean,
did.
it's I don't know.
Talking about party marathon, I remember I had organized one party in which a party on the bus, in which we all, we went party hopping. So a
Wow.
client of mine had booked a Merc bus, and so we like just we there were around 10 couples. We started from NCPA and
Okay.
went on to JW. It started at 5 p.m. 5 in the evening to 5 in the morning.
12 hours.
Yeah, non-stop. So we went party hopping.
Wow. Where all did you go? Like what all did you do?
So we started at Amadeus, and
Hmm.
then we went to social. We stopped the social where the client had we decided everything beforehand. We had decorated the entire place, and then we had a photo shoot out there. Then
Wow.
we went a little ahead after that. We went to Escobar. There we had dinner, and then there was a stand up ready. Like we had like a stand up comedian ready. Um, we had like a stand-up show there. Then we went to Enigma. So all in all, there were around 3 places where we stopped
I'm gone. Okay, I'm back. Hi. So, oh wow. So that must be like 12 hours of non-stop fun.
of non-stop partying.
Yeah, and you were at it along with them.
Yes, I was invited to. She was a dear friend of mine who, had
So
told
you
me to
were.
organize it for her.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. So there's so much that you've done, and there's so many things. I think you should have like a website full of all the information that you've done because I mean, people can pick and choose from what your ideas are completely new and like fun to be with, I think.
Yeah.
All
I
our
have
clients.
my website's known as www.sentimentsevents.com. So
Okay.
all my parties are out there.
Okay, they're listed already.
Yes.
Amazing. So if any of our viewers want to, connect with you, I'm sure they know where to go now.
Sure.
So, do you have any messages for our viewers? There's so much that has changed for people from live to on virtual platforms. So, what do you think? One second, there is one more. There's a question.
Yeah.
How do we connect for inquiries regarding the virtual parties? Devrat is asking.
How do we connect for
How do we
inquiries?
connect for inquiries regarding the
Just call
virtual
me.
parties? How do we connect with you?
Just call me.
Okay, so we'll flash your number.
Yeah.
You can
Yes.
just say your number so our clients will know.
Yeah, it's 98200 60 222.
Great. So at least people can call you, and if they want to connect for any parties, they'll know where
Yeah,
to.
especially since Diwali is around the corner, you know,
Right.
I've already got a couple of Diwali parties which I'm organizing. So
Amazing.
I'm doing in my Diwali parties I'm doing like a musical tambola along with a cookery show in which I'm teaching the ladies out there Diwali sweets.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah,
that's a very interesting concept as well.
yeah. So looking forward for a lot of Diwali parties because Diwali is all about celebration, festivals, and meeting and bonding. So I've come up with some new games, singing games, which I've like just made recently, and
Okay,
which I'll be doing for my Diwali parties.
that's amazing. That's awesome. So, like I was telling you, if you have a message for our fearless Indian viewers, there's so much that has changed for people in the last 8 months, 9 months. So,
Okay, so my
what?
I have one message that guys, life is a party. Enjoy it. Work hard, but party harder. And virtual parties is the way to it. Is the future. It's it's all in the mind. Even if you have so many times I've had people saying that virtual parties, how do you have a virtual party? It's really all in the mind. There are so many times in which I I actually feel that I've gone for a party and I've come back, and it's the fact is I've actually gone from one room to another room, but but I don't feel that at all.
But the party can happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
it's
if they don't know how to do the virtual party, we have a expert here to help you out.
yeah.
Thanks
Please
for
connect on me. I'd
yeah,
love to celebrate and help y'all, you know, plan your virtual party.
amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, Rupali, for being here, for all your amazing ideas. I think I still need to understand where you pop up with those, but and I love your spirit. I mean, the like party must go on kind of a thing. So we just don't stop celebrating. We are always feeling special, and that's how you make the person feel. So it's amazing having you here. Thank you for your
Thank you.
time. Thank you for letting
Thank
us
you.
know, the stuff that you do. And all the best. May you get more Diwali parties and a lot of fun ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Trishna. Thank you for having me aboard.
Love
Thank
to
you.
catch up with you in person soon once things are a little
Yes.
lighter.
Yes, we will.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you to all the viewers too.
Keep partying. Bye.